DK Golfcast, presented by Bones Brothers Media.
What's up? It's the Wolf Goat. I'm in the 2026 DraftKings Fantasy Golf World Championship riding with Bones DK Golf. Let's go, baby.
Yo, this is Iceman ZXGT, winner of the DraftKings $25 stand trap for $200,000. Each week, my research starts right here with Bones DK Golf.
A loyal follower, Iceman, starting the show off today. Thank you so much. The 154th Open has come and gone, and the excitement begins to build for the 2026 Fantasy Golf World Championship in Minneapolis, Minnesota, taking place this weekend at the 3M. We're going to get to that in just a second, but we got to start with a show shout-out. Longtime listener, member of the Bones DK Golfcast Private League, Shib, taking home $17,500 this week. He turned 200 into that 5-digit score. He had Ryan Fox at 1.8% ownership. Just an absolute solid build out of Shib this week. We are happy for him. And I got to ask you guys to start the show. Wildman Bones joining us as always. Is there a hotter banner right now than the Bones DK Golf banner? $250,000 over the last month for our listening audience. Wildman, it's got to feel good.
I can't imagine a hotter banner, man. It feels really good. I mean, and look, these are all different guys, right? There's 7-8 guys in the last 7-8 weeks that are stacking up cash, including us, winning bracelets, winning 5 figures, winning 6 figures. And this is all leading up the segue in to the main event this weekend in Minneapolis, where Wolf Goat will go for 1.25 milli. So, man, the energy is high, the results are real, and we just got to hashtag believe, baby. Who's next?
I am not at home this week, obviously, in the home studio. My earbuds continue to fall out in the first 2 minutes of this podcast, so still just bear with me today here, guys. Bones DK joining us. He's going to actually be joining Wolf Goat in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So tell us a little bit about what you guys have going on this week, Rob, because it's a really cool opportunity for both you and Wolf Goat.
Yeah, it's a 50-man contest, and DraftKings is flying us out. They'll be flying out Wolf Goat. They're flying out Wolf Goat, and I'm joining them. We get an all-inclusive stay for 2 nights. We get 2 tickets to the 3M Open on Saturday and Sunday, and then we get to play the course on Monday, 3M Open. So I'll definitely update you guys on my Twitter, on my X, on YouTube with updates going on. It's going to be so exciting. We're texting each other every single day. Time can't move fast enough right now. We're so excited. We're going to fly out to Minneapolis. It's going to be one of the greatest experiences of our lives. So, again, congratulations, Wolf Goat. I can't wait to see you here in about 2 days.
Yeah, and, you know, we were just talking a moment ago, $250,000 over the last month for the listening audience. But here is an opportunity, boys, for a $1 million cash prize with an entry field of only 50 guys. So we are excited. We are pulling for Wolf Goat. We know he's got it in him. And we can't wait to hear from you guys this weekend. Couple housekeeping items from the British Open. Excellent drama. Ryan Fox pounding a putt, probably about 12 feet to get to 9 under par and win the tournament. And, of course, get Shibby that big 17-5 score. And then really, I guess the only other thing to talk about, you know, Tom Kim wasn't very good last week. Wyndham Clark wasn't very good last week. But everything was overshadowed by Bryson DeChambeau and whether or not he cheated or if it was intentional or unintentional. Wildman, what did you make of the whole DeChambeau situation? And do you think he cheated?
I'll start with this. I think 100%. I said it live when I was watching it with Bones DK that it looked curious what he was doing 6 hours prior to being penalized. I think the penalty was 100% just. Now, the word cheat, you know, can be taken a little bit out of context. I don't know that he was intentionally trying to cheat. However, he broke the rule, you know, intentionally. So I'm not ready to call him a cheater, but absolutely the 2-shot penalty was legit.
I think what is really, I hear a lot of people defending him. You heard Scotty Scheffler come out and defend him. You heard Max Homa come out and defend him. You know, they've played golf with DeChambeau a long time. They've not known him as a cheater. 2 things about that. Number one, people change. And I think nobody has changed more probably over the last 5 years than Bryson DeChambeau. But the second thing I would say is just his behavior. He doubled down on it. So he knew if it were an inadvertent mistake, I think he would have been a little bit more understanding. The way that he held the tournament hostage, the way that he attacked the R&A officials, to me, Rob, it seemed like he was doubling down on getting caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Your thoughts?
I was a little surprised by his antics during the ruling. You know, he was yelling at them. His arms were everywhere. I mean, he was adamant that he didn't do it. It was pretty clear to me that he did something wrong there. I thought it was a little unfair to everybody else. And he was even like walking around on Sunday, like mocking it. Did you see those videos of him like doing the tramping down stuff? So like, dude, just let it go. And, you know, I don't mind Bryson DeChambeau, honestly, but I don't like him. I don't dislike him. I think he's, you know, good for the game, but he made it about himself, unfortunately, those couple of days. And hey, Bryson, it's not about you, man. You're in the tournament. Just let it go and let these other guys play. So I was a little annoyed by his behavior, like during that whole thing. I mean, it was a little ridiculous.
It's not like this is a unique situation, you know. I mean, the whole rope into the eye thing, and he's an immature little baby. I mean, that's really what it comes down to, you know. Like, and for the record, guys, it didn't need to be an intentional stomping. If you unintentionally or intentionally improve your lie in a scenario like that, you get penalized. So the fact that he wouldn't accept it, you know, it reminded me of like a toddler getting caught with their hand in the cookie jar and not accepting it.
I'll also say this. I just don't know how anyone out there, I know that like the real act of cheating, if you will, took place like when he stepped back to address his ball. But the way he walked into that fescue also, there was just something funny about the way he was walking in there. He walked into that fescue saying to himself, I'm going to try to improve this lie somehow. I believe that. That's what I believe. And the way that he acted afterwards when he got busted, doubling down on it, that's what liars and cheaters do. They double down. They don't accept responsibility. They do not accept accountability. They double down on it. And that's exactly what he did. And I said a couple months ago on this podcast, Live Golf being sued right now for unpaid invoices by a tech company. Asian Tour just jumped on with the PGA, dealing another setback to Live Golf. I said it months ago when they were about to fold. We got to find a way to get Rahm and DeChambeau back on the PGA Tour. We need those guys. But over the last 2 months, I'll start with Jon Rahm. What gap is he going to fill in the PGA right now? That product is hotter than ever. You don't necessarily need Jon Rahm in there. Go count your money, buddy. And DeChambeau, the antics aren't welcome on the PGA Tour. It's not that kind of tour, man. And if you're going to act that way, maybe you should go do what the kids are doing and hang out on YouTube all day and play your silly little hole-in-one games, because we don't need you, man. I'll leave it at that, Wild Man. Your thoughts?
Yeah, the man's immature. He's immature.
That's right.
You know, that's really what it comes down to, right? I mean, look, I guess the PGA Tour could use a villain per se that you know, just kind of pops up in the majors, but like he threatened to not play on Saturday. You know, he's I don't know if I'm going to come back and play because I got a 2-stroke penalty one. Like, dude, come on, man. Like, what do you think? You're the only guy ever that's.
Well, he also believes that there's a conspiracy against him, and it's just
just a weenie. I mean, that was a bad look. That was. I would put that up with like the rope incident where he snatches the towel. Jeez, he hit me with a rope. You know, I mean, come on, man. It's ridiculous. Right. Go away.
Moving on to the 3M Bones. It is a huge week for us, the 2026 Fantasy Golf Championships. Have you talked to Wolf Goat at all about how he is maybe starting to build his lineup?
Yeah, we've talked a little bit about the build. I mean, specifically for him, man, like it's a 50-man contest. So you got to just get 6 for 6 through. I mean, you know, the average percent of 6 for 6 per contest is about 6%. So if you're looking at a 50-man contest, it's only 3 to 4 people. If you're one of those 5 people that go 6 for 6, you're almost guaranteeing yourself $100,000 on top there. You know, it's $1 million up top, but hey, a second and third place this week is going to be incredible. So we're definitely going to stick to like the balanced build, but you need birdie makers, man. Like the score is probably going to be 22 under. So you need guys that can pour in birdies, that can get to 22, 24 birdies in a tournament, even 27 birdies. So we're just looking at birdie makers, and we can't get too risky with the lineup as far as playing Scotty and playing guys at $6,300 and $6,400, even though there's guys down there. It is going to be a random tournament. You're going to see guys up there that you wouldn't expect to. But, you know, there's a lot of guys in there that we like this week.
This is a tough build because Scotty is at $14,900. That is $5,000 clear of Maverick McNeely. And as a casual, not quite an analyst like you guys are, I look at it and I'm like, look at this field. How can I not play Scotty Scheffler? Because he is getting through. He's making the cut, and he's probably going to be a top 5. So answer that to me, Bones DK. You say you don't want to get risky. Is Scheffler going to be in your lineup this week?
If I'm playing, I'm going to play a couple $25, obviously, and I'm going to get some Scotties in there. But even if he wins and you have a 5 for 6 lineup, you're gonna lose points to that 6 for 6 lineup because you have 3 guys in the top 10. It kind of outweighs just Scotty Scheffler being at first and then having a bunch of guys in 30th and 40th place, especially with that empty spot if you're not 6 for 6. So I just don't see the value of risking a Scotty Scheffler lineup in a single entry kind of contest. The ones I play with like 150 guys, 200 men in it. Even the $200 single, you know, that's one of our favorite contests. That's the one that Shib just came in 4th for $17K. There's just you have Kurt Kitayama at 9,800. He was the defending champion last year. Your boy, by the way, Edge. And he had a 6th place the year before that. So why not go for someone that, you know, I'm trying to find 6 guys that can make the top 10, not necessarily looking to find the winner, you know, because it's going to outweigh those lineups.
You stole my thunder by bringing up Kitayama, who is actually the 3rd ranked golfer this week, and he is trending up. Maverick McNeely at 99, Kitayama at 98. Matsuyama, who had a nice comeback at the British last week, at 97. Keith Mitchell at 95. Jake Knapp at 94. Those are our top 6. Let me throw in Tom Kim, who's number 7 at 93. Kim disappointed us last week with Bones. DK, where do we start our build this week with our core 4?
Yeah, the core 4. That's a great question, Ed. You know, we've been in Myrtle Beach, and I haven't really. I'm just going to break down players for us right now. I kind of throw in the core 4. It's hard not for me to say not to play Kurt Kitayama. He's been playing great. We've been calling his name. You've been calling his name. I'd say Kurt Kitayama is going to lead off the core 4 here at $9,800. Can't wait to watch him play live. It's going to be so incredible. But I think he is one of the best players in this field. I definitely think it's interesting. Tom Kim is going to be a weird week for him. You know, is it going to be a rebound week for him? He let everybody down at Super Chalk, but also paid everyone off 2 weeks ago at Super Chalk as well. So I'm curious how he's going to come in ownership, and I think a lot of people are going to be scared to play him. You got to think of this as well. These guys are flying over from, you know, Europe, you know, so they're going to have jet lag. I'm a little surprised Scotty Scheffler is in this field. So it's going to be interesting, but I'm going to start off with Kurt Kitayama, and I like Hideki a lot. And you know our boy Killa Keith. I mean, Killa Keith Mitchell, man. He has some good history here. I love Killa Keith. I would say fire him up, even though he is coming off a missed cut. John Deere Classic is one of our comps. He has pretty good success there. Played all right this year, but he does have a 5th at the CJ Cup and a 4th at the U.S. Open this year, Keith Mitchell. So I like him to pop up in this kind of tournament. One other guy I do want to mention is you can't play him because of what he's been doing, but Jake Knapp, man, like God, if this was the beginning of the season, I would say easily fire him up. I mean, this is like a perfect setup for him. He can pour in birdies. He just withdrew a couple months ago and just really hasn't recovered since. I mean, his best finish is a 55th, and he has a bunch of missed cuts there with a 74th in there. So unfortunately, I can't get to Jake Knapp this week, but man, oh man, it really wouldn't surprise me to see him break through finally and come back this week.
Wild man, feast or famine with Matsuyama. 17 for 17 cuts, though. Pretty nice price coming off a nice week. But I'm kind of with Bones. I do think you might be able to steal a spot from a guy that did not play the last 2 weeks overseas. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I like Hideki a lot, guys. I mean, he's an elite ball striker, and you know, in a field where it drops off a cliff from Scheffler, you gotta like Matsuyama in any one of those fields just cause. I'll go down to a guy I never play, and I think his price is so high this week in this field. I expect him to be extremely low owned. It's Doug Ghim. Missed the cut at the Scottish, didn't play at the Open. So he's had some time to recover back in America. And he was coming in really good form for about 6 weeks going into the Scottish. Likes bent grass, and he is a top tier ball striker when it comes to PGA Tour statistics, which is going to be key this week. You know, we didn't talk much about TPC Twin Cities, but there's going to be a lot of long irons here, and there is a lot of trouble off the tee. So it's kind of a weird, it's a birdie fest, but there's a lot of trouble. There's water, I think, on 17 holes. There are penalty areas on almost every single tee. So you can make some big numbers out here too. You're going to need guys with elite ball striking, and then just hope that they putt well. So maybe Doug Ghim.
We love the Ghim Reaper on the Bones DK Golf Cast. And we were talking a little bit yesterday off the air too. This just seems like the kind of tournament where the fields are a little watered down, where Doug Ghim seems to make his hay. When you drop down, Bones DK, below Tom Kim and get into our 8 to 15 guys, boy, these guys are expensive for some of these names here. Koivu, Cootie, Ghim, Suber, Woodland, Connors, Max Homa, and Sung Jae Im are very interesting to me there at the bottom, though, at both at 86. Anybody here lighting your fire, Bones?
Yeah, definitely. And I agree with Wildman with Doug Ghim, to be honest with you. It just feels like, I don't know, something in the air. We've been talking about him. We've loved him on the podcast for years. Doug Ghim is one of my favorite plays this week. And I've been wearing a bucket hat all week as well. So, I'm going to Jackson Suber, though, he's probably my favorite player in this range. Just feels like he's going to have a chance to win a tournament this year. He's really been lingering around. 2 top 4s and a 6 this year. John Deere Classic is one of our comp courses. He had a 6 there this year as well. At another birdie fest, is CJ Cup. Byron Nelson came in 4th there as well. So this dude can pour in birdies and has been playing extremely good golf. Jackson Suber is actually going to be my second guy in the core 4 this week there.
Sung Jae Im, wild man. Really impressed people last week, but man, he is much like Hideki. Feast or famine sometimes. Is he on your radar this week?
He's not really on my radar, but I also think that Homa is a trap this week. I think a lot of lineups are going to start there because that looks like a discount given who he is. And so I think I might lean Sung Jae over Homa, but I don't necessarily like either one of them. I think they're both a little erratic off the tee, and that could produce some big numbers. So I don't know. I think they're probably 50-50 to make the cut, both those guys.
Stevens at 84, Smith at 83, Finau at 82, Meissner at 81, James at 8,000, Bazudenhout at 7,900 as we get into that $7,000 tier. I mean, man, I'm scrolling through the DraftKings app right now here, guys. The only guy that really even is on my radar is Kiefer at 78. He's trending up. But Bones, out of any of those guys in that 75 to 83 range, are you high on any of these guys?
I think Sam Stevens is the most interesting to me because his history here is incredibly good. And as well as he will just have horrible form and just pop up with a top 10 or a 5th. When he came at 7th at the US Open, he had terrible form heading into it. And then you go back to his last top 5 at the Texas Children's Houston Open, he had a 58th cut right before that as well. So he's just so interesting. He can pop at any time. He has a 6th at the American Express this year as well, which is a Birdies Fest. So I kind of see Sam Stevens. I'm curious how his ownership is going to be. I think people are going to fade him just because of his form, and I see him as a sneaky play this week. Ben James is another guy. I mean, you got to look at what he's been doing this year. I mean, really just incredible form. Is trending towards a win right now, coming off a 4th place at the Corrales and also a 15th at the ISCO. So Benjamin James is super, super good. I like him a lot at 8K. Besenhout can pour in birdies, and Michael Brennan's pretty interesting. He's one of 8 to 10 golfers that has made all 4 cuts in all majors this year, so that's pretty cool. Brennan, and then our boy Jason Day withdrew. Just by the way, he has an out next to him, so Jason Day is out. I wasn't going to play him anyways. Another guy I think is super interesting, which I think Wildman is going to talk about, is William Mao. He's been playing really good. He can pour in birdies, coming off at 10th place as well. So those are the guys I'm looking at there.
Take it from there, Wild Man. Who do you got as we get down to the lower guys here?
Yeah, you mentioned Johnny Kiefer, man. We're looking at ball striking. He's second in greens in regulation. He is top 20 in ball striking overall. We always talk about like winners, guys that win, and Ryan Fox, although hadn't done anything in majors in his career in 20 years, I was looking more into him after he won, and I find that he's won 20 times worldwide. You look at Kiefer, he's a young guy. He's the reigning Korn Ferry Tour Player of the Year. He won twice last year, lost in a playoff a third time. He also won in the PGA Tour Americas in 24. So those are a lot of wins and a lot of close calls. And when you're talking Korn Ferry Players of the Year, guys, they are Matt McCarty, Ben Coles, Scotty Scheffler, Sungjae Im. These guys are all PGA Tour winners. Expect Kiefer to get in the winner's circle, pretty soon. I mean, he's only got a couple more chances this year, but man, elite ball striker and coming in with confidence. So 78 seems like a discount to me.
You got 5 guys here, Bones DK, at 7,400, and some of them interest me. Potgieter, Jaeger, Harman, you, Pendrith. Any of those guys you like?
Yeah, Potgieter is one of my favorite players, man. He can really make a lot of birdies as well. He can win at any point. I like him a lot. Ben Coles, we were just talking about him. I heard Wildman talk about him. He's going to be in the core 4 actually this week. Ben Coles. I'm ready for this guy to have a breakout moment, and I can't wait to watch him succeed this week while I'm there live. I'm just so excited, guys. I'm sorry I didn't really do much of the core 4. I've been talking to Wolfcoat, but Ben Coles is someone that I'm going to be rooting for and have him in my lineup this week.
Wild Man, talk about Jarvis, who you hit last week on the big prop drop with the top African to win. And then I'll tell you who might win this tournament. And again, remember, I'm just the casual. 7,100. Lucas Glover could win this thing. Wild Man, talk to me about it.
Yeah, well, I had to take a deep breath. I was certain you were going to bring up Harman. I was going to have to flip on him. But yeah, Casey Jarvis, guys, look, I said it last week. I'll say it again. We just talked about winners on tour. This guy's already won twice this year on the European Tour. He's 22 years old, 7 worldwide wins. Came up with a 7th at the British Open. Expect this guy to perform. There's no reason to not run him back this week. And that's another also hint at the prop drop coming up here too. But yeah, top African at plus 350 last week. Cash that ticket. Lucas Glover, this is the most curious case of the week. Is it not? I mean, we talk ball striking. Yeah. He's up there in proximity. He's up there in greens and regulation. He's up there in fairways gained. But my gosh, is that putter just a coin flip. And so look, coming in off a 3rd and a 5th, he's done this before a couple of years ago where he actually ran off win-win around this time of the year, going into the playoffs. So it's 7,100. It's almost an impossible fade right now.
Anybody else you want to talk about, Bones DK, before I don't know if Wildman has a flyer of the week prepared. We are on vacation right now, family vacation. We're doing the best we can for you guys here. Do you have a flyer of the week, Wildman?
I do.
All right, Bones DK, anybody else you want to talk about before we get the flyer and the prop drop?
Yeah, I want to bring up Jesper Svensson. I think he's a very sneaky play this week, and he was in my original build when I was building on Monday. He had a good finish here last year, and I didn't even realize that until I looked into the course history. But I liked Svensson before I even saw that, so I even like him more. Jesper Svensson is one of my favorite plays. I've been looking at Ewert. I think he's definitely a play. I know a lot of people like him. Kevin Yu, I think is super sneaky and can pour in a lot of birdies. And then I got to just bring it up because if I don't bring it up on a podcast, then there might be something wrong with me. Tom Hoge, $6,900. I mean, why not? I keep playing him. It's a birdie fest. This dude pours in birdies. If you're playing a Scotty Scheffler lineup, like I always say, Scotty Scheffler, Tom Hoge, he's been paying off, and I can't wait to watch him as well.
Wow,
if he's live on ESPN, like Hoagie's round, like his group, you're going to see me in the background of every shot behind Tom Hoge.
Wow, man, we know that Hoge pours in birdies too. It's a sneaky play down there at 6,900. Yeah. Are we in your Rogue Warrior of the Week price range down here in the 6,000s?
Rob just mentioned the Rogue Warrior. It's going to be AJ Ewert, 7,100. The guy's trending well. He's a PGA Tour Q School qualifier. He's made 6 straight cuts. He shot a 63 this year already at Colonial, of course, that we're kind of looking at. So, especially if you're down there in that Glover range, do you think, because this is the curious case of Glover again. If he's coming in like 22% or something like that in any contest, that is an ultra fade. So, Ewert would be a great sort of pivot off of that. A guy that I think could outperform Glover like 8 days a week, unless Glover's putter, has one of those moments. So let's go AJ Ewert, 7,100.
And before we get into the prop drop, Bones DK, I'll give you the option to talk about Harman here at 7,400 because we talk about him every week. He's the hardest working man in professional golf. He never takes a week off. 2 weeks in a row overseas, coming back here. I don't like Harman this week, and I normally do every week. What are your thoughts, Bones?
The moment we say not to play him, he might do well. He just isn't doing enough, man. Like, we played him so much this year. He was actually on our 5K lineup, ironically enough, but he just $7,400. I like these other young guns this week. I see like a different kind of player winning this tournament. I just wanted to mention Lipsky. He's kind of like exact same player as Doug Gim, right? Like they just have like similar styles of play. So I think Lipsky's a super sneaky play down low as well. I think that's pretty much finalizing up the guys I like. Edge is Lipsky is my final guy there.
The hottest part of this podcast has been the prop drop. Despite our giant winnings over the last month, the prop drop's been hitting pretty well. So Wildman, what do you got? We've been taking like the top countrymen from each country. What do we got this week? Last week you smashed Jarvis plus 350.
Yeah.
What do we got this week?
Yeah, we're sticking with it. We're going to stick with this regional betting pool. So I have 3 for you that you can also parlay to get about plus 1,200 on it. It's going to be Hideki Matsuyama, top Japanese player. He's minus 105. You have probably never even heard of the other 3 or 4 Japanese players in the field, so we love that a lot. Jordan Smith is the top Englishman. He's minus 110. And then we're going right back to Jarvis, top African at plus 260. So you've got those 3 singles if you want them. Put those all together. That's plus 1,250 right now on Hard Rock and DraftKings. So that's the prop drop for the week. Let's keep it rolling.
Let's keep
regional bets, man.
They ain't bad, man. They ain't bad. They're paying off. All right, Bones DK, you will arrive in Minneapolis, Minnesota on Friday morning. That's right?
Correct.
You guys head to the hotel, and then is there like a DraftKings like welcome party or something like that? Or can you walk us through the week and what you're going to – and I know that you will be – give them a follow, Bones DK Golf, on X, Twitter, Instagram, any of the socials. You're going to be reporting for us live up there, basically. But give us a little bit of the itinerary. What do you guys got cooking?
Yeah, we land around 2 p.m. that day. I got the itinerary right here. So on Friday, there's a welcome party 6 to 9 p.m. Hosted by 5 Iron Golf. So we're going to meet all the guys that are there in this tournament, introduce ourselves, represent Bones DK Golf. Saturday, Sunday is just all day 3M Open action. And remember, Sunday, Wolf Goat's in that also exclusive contest for 50 guys on the Sunday showdown only. So he's in the 50-man contest for all 4 days, and then he's in the Sunday only showdown. So we're going to be watching that. And hopefully on Monday morning when we play golf at 8:15 a.m. at the course, TPC Twin Cities, he's a millionaire. So, yeah. I mean, it's just so much on the line this week. And this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And I'm just so excited for him. Wolf Goat, man. If you guys know this guy, I'll put some photos up and we'll talk on the channel. He's one of the nicest, genuine guys, and he's been with us for years doing this. No one more than I'm more excited about for him. So yeah, I mean, we get to play the course on Monday. That's going to be really, really cool. We played TPC Myrtle this week already, so we're getting some good golf in the next couple of days.
You were terrible at TPC Myrtle. I can only imagine what's going to happen at the 3M Open up there, a PGA caliber course. But this goes for everybody. Wolf Goat's been with us since the very beginning, and I can't tell you how proud I am and how happy I am for him also. But this goes for everybody that has won on this podcast, man. We appreciate your support so much, and you have no idea how happy we are for you guys. And we want you to keep things going here. Wildman, we are on family vacation here. We got my mother, my wife, my daughter right to the left of me wanting me to go down to the beach with them right now. We're going to finish this thing up here in a few minutes. Give us your final thoughts on the 3M and just give us your kind of pep talk for Wolf Goat, the rest of the guys going at it this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it comes back to hashtag believe, right? That's been our slogan for 8 years since we've been doing this. Goat's been around for a long time, like you guys said. Rob and I played with him out at Keystone, Colorado, a couple times. Had a great time out there, and talked about this moment, and why we do it and why we grind every week. And it's just a never give up mentality. And look, as Bones DK said early in the show, 6 for 6 is going to win you a lot of money. 5 for 6 is going to win you a lot of money. 4 for 6 is going to win you a lot of money. So just got to believe in yourself, have conviction, make those clicks, send it, don't second guess it, and and just hashtag believe. I'm so confident. I'm certain that Monday morning there's going to be piles of money, guys.
Wolf Goat has a 1 in 50 chance of winning $1 million. He has a 1 in 50 chance of winning $250,000 on the Sunday showdown. We are pulling for Wolf Goat and Bones DK. We need you to carry this momentum, carry this good vibe up there into Minneapolis. Wildman, go for it.
Carry it. And listen, for the rest of you guys, we've been stacking up cash for 2 months. I mean, there's 7 or 8 different guys that have won 5 figures on this cast that are part of the Bones DK League. So, remember, the money's always green at these events, Goat's going for a big prize. We have big prizes to chase too. So, let's get it.
Bones DK will give you the final word, man. Any final thoughts as we head to the 3M for the Fantasy World Golf Championships?
Well, I compiled a core 4 as we were talking in one prop bet. So gun to my head, if I had to pick my core 4, it is Doug Gim, Kurt Kitayama, Ben Coles, and Jackson Suber. And I'm going to put in Doug Gim first round leader. That is my bet this week.
That is a sneaky prop drop right there. Would not surprise me to see the old Gim Reaper at the top of the leaderboard after day one. Again, big shout out to Shib, 17,500 this week. Big shout out to Bishop. I don't want to give his first name, but he won our World Cup pool with Spain, knocking off Argentina. He picked up $400 this week. Want to give a big shout out to my classmate and one of my best friends, Gesk, also, who is a loyal listener to the show. We know you've been listening, and thanks so much. The 3M Open, it happens this week. Wolf Goat going for $1.25 million. Rob will be updating you from the Twin Cities. For TW Man, for Bones DK Golf, my name is Edge. Thank you so much for listening, and good luck, Wolf Goat.
Go, Wolf Goat.
This week.
Let's go now. Let's go.